man, sometimes you just wake up, you get on board, and you connect, and you start looking over at the comments line. You see the PMP familiar starting to gather, and I'm just picking up a good vibe today. I'm just picking up good particles off the comments line just immediately. Don Peralta, Leah Phillips, Aaron Cass, Sweet Mad Hatter, Ray Goodman, Noemi Losti, on and on it goes. Rags, of course. And by the way, let me settle a little confusion in the comments line before we officially set up the show today and formally get started. And I say good evening, y'all. Good afternoon, y'all, rather. I saw Lily Merchant asking Rags just a minute ago. Rags said something about, hey, we're back in the saddle. Let's do this. And then Lily Merchant goes, Rags, aren't you a little too young to know the Gene Autry song, Back in the Saddle? Let me settle that dispute right now. I'd be willing to bet my house, my meager life savings, which there really aren't any, but if I had any life savings, I would be willing to wager that Rags is referencing the Aerosmith song, Back in the Saddle, probably not the Gene Autry song. So let there be no confusion, Lily. You are still a gangster. Escobar the Third, yeah, let's effing go. Totally. Let's do this, man. All right. So, Creative Tony, how's your head after another successful night flight? I see you're wearing the colors today. It's funny because we're talking Peralta Arts and we're talking Stellar Design. There's some of his handiwork right there. Right freaking there. So Creative Tony, I don't know. My head is pretty strong today. Just I'm picking up on a good energy. Leah Phillips in the house, John Joseph, stuff like this. There's just a good sheen coming off the group. How you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm feeling damn good myself, Paulie, too. And I'm chip laying out of the gates. I'm walking in Pacifica. There are so many whales out here doing backflips and stuff.
Nice.
Says, cool day, good vibes. That's all I need to hear for the day to be a good one, dude. And you said confusion. You said confusion.
Yeah.
I just want to give a shout out to an underrated song that I think doesn't get enough love in the Phil Collins, or is it Genesis? It's Phil Collins, Land of Confusion. The song Land of Confusion, I always enjoyed, and it had a great video too. Do you remember the video?
Right, Ronald Reagan puppet sweating.
Yes.
Sweating, just the puppet sweating. Yeah.
Exactly. Dude.
Yeah.
By the way, and then I got to give Wheels of Confusion a little love too.
Oh, nice pull. That's one about. It's funny. I got into a back and forth last night with my buddy David Drutz. The Black Sabbath hangover is still affecting all of us. Like Winks and I had a massive back and forth about Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath 2 nights ago. And then last night, I was back and forth with David Drutz, another black belt Black Sabbath fan. And he was telling me that Sabotage is his all-time favorite Sabbath record. And then I jumped off the top rope and said, listen, I'm a Volume 4 guy. I love the drum sound they got on that record. Like, I never think Bill Ward sounds better than he does on Volume 4. And there's your Wheels of Confusion. Tony, if I may, add a couple more tracks to the Confusion list. I didn't know we were going to go here, but let's do it. And then I have a comment about whales. I want to talk whales for a second.
I got a comment about Bill Ward, so let's go. We got
there's a lot of ground to cover. And by the way, there's no Giant game today, so we're going to keep it nice and loose. But Tony, I wanted to say I do have some whale intel I need to share. But before I go there, other great songs about confusion. Jimi Hendrix, Love or Confusion. Is this love or confusion? So Jimi Hendrix, who always had his finger on the pulse, who knows if it's love or confusion? There's no way to tell. I think I'm in love. I'm confused. I don't know if this is love. I don't know. Jimmy, you hit the nail on the head in that one. And then for Rags, because Rags is a big Kinks fan. He's a big Ray Davies Kinks fan. I got to shout out the great Kinks song called State of Confusion. I'm in the state of confusion.
Nice.
I'm in the state of confusion. Don't sleep on the Kinks, dude. I'll defend the Kinks any day of the week. Hey, Tony, what do you got, man?
Forever. And I got to give Aaron Cass love too, because he says, please avoid the Disturbed cover of Land of Confusion, which I remember that. The band Disturbed did a cover that, and I remember it, Aaron Cass, and you are so on the money, dude. I avoid it at all costs. Just go back to the original. Genesis, by the way, I wanted to give a shout out to Folsom Steve. I think he let me know that it's and Beat LA. By the way, I love seeing Beat LA on the chat today, the day before a humongous series at Oracle Park. So thanks for the clarification on Genesis and Land of Confusion. And Paulie, we were talking Bill Ward, you're talking Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath hangover. I want to share something right out of the gates. Well, actually, you know what?
Wait, I don't know what you're doing.
I'll wait to get to bookmarks.
Ooh, look at the discipline. Look at the discipline of a Creative Tony on a Thursday. By the way, Tony, help me unravel this mystery. I got a guy on the comments line. I think I've seen you before. RGGN10. Anyway, he's saying New Order Confusion. Okay,
Wow.
we'll take that one too. I don't know the track. Do you know it, Tony? New Order.
And a New Order. Anytime you get a New Order mention on the show, you got to roll with it, dude.
I think so. Didn't Billy Corgan join New Order like that for a couple of minutes, or am I wrong?
Oh, God, I don't think so.
Okay,
I mean, if he did, I'm not aware. But my older sister, shout out Bridget, she was the one that introduced me to all that new wave, 80s new wave music, and New Order was one of them, of course. And there was Erasure, and then
Erasure, bro.
Yeah.
Erasure. Give me a track from Erasure. I don't remember. I remember the name, but I don't know what songs they had.
If you have to ask me for a track, I'm lost, man. I don't have one.
Yeah, a little too deep.
Somebody on the chat, give us maybe RGG Con 10 can give us a chat.
Yeah, Con 10, bro. Is he a regular Con 10, or is he like a first timer?
I think it's a first timer. I love it. Like we had remember we had Mystery Mark last night? He was a first timer talking about Buckethead. I love it. Oh,
I told you I felt a good vibe today. Here comes Folsom Steve. I think he's dropping Erasure tracks on us. He's going Erasure, A Little Respect.
Nice.
Don't know anything about it, but I'll take
you do. Give a little respect to me. You know that song?
Well, I think I'm in the dark on that one.
I try to recover. Would you put your arms around me? You know, we can make love, not war. You know, that kind of stuff.
Wow. Okay. Hey, fair enough. I'm glad I asked. I wanted to say, while we're talking music, before we dive into the show today, a reminder that we already have the musical assignment set up for tomorrow. Yeah. So get your songs ready. And this one was handed out to us from our great friend, Mark Graves, my guy, Gravy. He said, now, again, we're partnering with Red Devil Records now in San Rafael on the weekly music. Yeah, Barry, I was in there yesterday, dude, picking up gift certificates for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to give a gift certificate away once a month where you can go in and do some shopping at Red Devil Records, courtesy of us and Barry. And it was Gravy, my guy Mark Graves, who stepped up and said, so to honor Red Devil, let's do songs that either have the word red in them or devil. Or a combination of both. Anything you want. So anything about red, anything about the devil, this should be pretty good. I'm expecting some pretty good responses. You go ahead and send those in, and we'll dive into that tomorrow. I'm just laying it out because I know Noemi's always asking, what's a musical last? What's a musical? There he is. Yeah, Gravy. Thank you, brother. Great job. Noemi, there's your assignment. Get to work. I look forward to seeing all of the responses. Now, the one thing I would say, Tony, about this new partnership we have with Red Devil, we're going to give away a gift certificate once a week, and we'll explain how tomorrow. But all you got to do is promise me you're going to use it. I don't want to send this to some guy who like never goes in and never takes advantage of the gift certificate. So if you win this thing, I'm going to tell you right now, I need you to use it. That's all. Use it or lose it, Tony. Motley Crue. Yeah. Sweet Pain is the name of the game. I said, hey. Before you lose it. Better use it, don't go away. Hey. But for instance, Paulie, this won't be my selection tomorrow, but if somebody perhaps would love to just stay in the Motley Crue lane and give the umlauts love, you could do Shout at the Devil. You could do shout, shout. Right? Easily. That could be your choice. That could be a selection. Okay. You could have the Red Rocker as your selection if you wanted it to. So. That's a good call. Sammy Hagar, one of our own. He's one of our neighbors up here in Marin County. Tony, speaking of neighbors and business matters and boxes to check, why don't we dive in and give our sponsors some? Ooh, look at that. No hesitation at all. Right into the mouth we go. And when I see that mouth, I know it means one thing. It's time to talk about my dentist, Dr. Matt Young, and he should be your dentist too. You can trust me on this. The guy does great work. I've been a patient for over a decade with this guy. I was just texting him 2 days ago. He's a huge Giants fan, so he loves talking Giants. And like, I feel like any kind of icebreaker you can establish with your dentist when you go in is great. So you don't have to talk about all the uncomfortable things going on with your teeth. You can talk Giants. He'll bring in the gas. He'll give you the headphones. You can listen to music and listen to ball games, whatever you want. The point is, Dr. Matt Young is a great dude, and he will relax you enough that the experience becomes actually a pretty pleasant one. Give him a shout. If you're looking for a new dentist or you just switch medical plans or whatever the situation might be, maybe you're not happy with your dentist, maybe you're tired of going in and not being treated well, you're going to get a great experience with Dr. Matt Young. We read some reviews on Google on Tuesday to kind of fortify that, but find out for yourself. Give him a shout, 415-392 8611. Dr. Matt Young is in business for over 25 years right here in San Francisco. He's down in Union Square, 490 Post Street. And again, he offers the entire gamut of work: comprehensive dental care, cleanings, fillings, implants, veneers, orthodontics, emergency care. And as we noted on the reviews the other day, Tony, it's not just Dr. Matt Young, it's his whole staff. Yep. Like everybody in there is super, super cool. And again, I have to stress the fact that they relax Paulie Mack, which is not an easy thing to accomplish. I'm one of the more uptight guys you're ever going to meet in a variety of ways. But Dr. Matt Young just chills me right out. Yeah. He also specializes in implant surgery and implant restoration. So if you're faced with a procedure like that, talk to Dr. Matt Young first. He'll give you a better deal, and he's going to give you a better job in the long run too. Tony, I'm going to let you handle the office hours because I know the weekend thing is a big deal for you, being a busy dad. But the last thing I'll say is when it comes to taking care of the bill, he accepts pretty much every major insurance company. You're going to have a very positive experience and a stress-free experience with Dr. Matt Young, Big T.
Yeah, and every major insurance company is actually an underrated point because I think that's getting tighter and tighter with dentists.
Man. I know.
Yeah. And also, dude, don't sleep on the open weekdays until 7 p.m. So 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. He's giving you an 11-hour window, and then Saturdays 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. an 8-hour window. Yeah. So the Young Dental Group, like Dr. Matt Young's son, is about to be an SI Wildcat, and the mantra of the Jesuits at SI is be a person for others. Well, Dr. Matt Young, you can tell by his office hours that he is a person for others. He is a man for others. 8 a.m. to 7 p. at weekdays, 8 a.m. to 4 p. on Saturdays. And dude, use this Saturday as an example. If you want to go in and get a cleaning, you could take the ferry from the East Bay or the North Bay or Caltrain. Then you can get on a scooter and you can go to 490 Post Street for a morning session with Dr. Young. Then you can get your butt down to Oracle Park, Giants, Dodgers. Okay. Then you get the Long Bridge Pizza for a nice cold beer and a pizza after, and you got a great San Francisco day. And it all started because Dr. Young was open on Saturdays from 8 a to 4 p.
All right, Tony, thank you very much. And thank you, Dr. Matt Young. We freaking love you. Tony, before we talk Giants Dodgers today, I know you have some ideas about the rivalry you want to talk about. I just wanted to acknowledge the some NBA news. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the deal that Devin Booker just signed. I just wanted to get into this for 5 seconds. Devin Booker, great player. I'm not going to, he's not my favorite guy because I think he fancies himself a tough guy, which he's really not, but he tries to bow up on people and stuff. I think he should tone that down. But he's a great scorer, and he just hit the freaking lottery, man. Devin Booker is now the highest paid player in the NBA. Tony, what's he won? Nothing really. He got a gold medal over in France last summer, so I'll give him that. But they are paying him the Phoenix Suns are paying him $145 million, Tony, over 2 years. That's an annual salary of over $70 million. Okay. I'm just throwing that out there. I'll take your reactions in a second. The one thing I will say,
what was it again, Paulie? What was the annual? Can you give me the annual again?
It's $145 million spread out over 2 years. So next year he'll be bringing home over 70 mil. Okay.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
I'm not. I'm telling you facts. I'm spitting facts, dude, as they say on the streets. Tony, I'm out here spitting facts. The one thing I will say I do like about Devin Booker is that he's such a big Kobe Bryant fan that he said he would like to do as Kobe Bryant did in terms of staying with one team his entire career. That I like a lot. I really do. I wish more guys would do that. And Steph Curry's doing that. Draymond Green's doing that so far anyway, and hopefully that'll never change. But given the transient nature of the NBA today, especially when you're talking about the biggest stars, LeBron James, how many teams has he played on? Kevin Durant, he's always wandering around looking for a new home. It's refreshing to me to see a guy like Devin Booker say, hey, man, I want to stay in Phoenix. I want to play for this one team. The only problem is I don't think Phoenix is going anywhere. No. And now they're going to be hamstrung. I don't know how they're going to sign anybody else paying this kind of money. But how do you react to that, Tony? Devin Booker, $70 million a year for 2 years.
It's a freaking joke, dude. This is here. Yeah. That's my reaction is an Aaron Rodgers groan because it's like, are you kidding me, dude? He's a good player. He's not worth that. That's insanity. So, okay, good luck, Suns. Good luck with that. And again, this just reiterates yet again, Paulie, how lucky we are to have Stephen Curry as a Golden State Warrior. Because Stephen Curry, I wouldn't see Stephen Curry taking that contract and then basically hamstringing the organization from bringing anybody else in.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't know. And Steph is just I can't wait to see him back on the floor. Actually, to be honest with you, I know it's a few months away, but we're just so lucky to have Steph. And I feel like Steph is 10 times the player that Booker is, and Booker's getting paid that ridiculous amount of money. I don't even know what to say anymore, dude. And I don't know. I just don't know what to say because he does not deserve that dough.
He's a great individual talent. He's a great scorer, but he's really never done anything of significance in the league. Yeah, he's an all-star, but I mean, he's never won a title, that's for sure. And I think that should be the ultimate goal of all of these guys. But again, I mean, how about some love for the staying on one team thing? How's that hit you?
Sure. I mean, that's in the same vein as Steph Curry, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not hard to stay on one team if they're going to pay you that type of, scratch. Like, my God, I don't know. I don't know. It's an extension, let's see. So, Pine Needle says his contract is an extension. He's already under contract. That big money kicks in some years out, I think. Well, we'll see, dude. I mean, and also I don't know. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. In the same way, I'm not a fan of KD hopping from team to team to team. So I do respect that he's sticking around on the Suns. But like I said before, I don't think the Suns are going to be winning anything anytime soon, and I don't think the Rockets will either.
That's an interesting comment. Now, why do you say that about the Rockets? I'm curious because I want to comment on that too. Why do you think the Rockets aren't going to win anything of significance?
KD just seems like a me guy, and he proves it because he just keeps hopping from team to team to team. And you've seen it with Giants championships, with Warriors championships. Chemistry is, you need to have chemistry to win a championship. Yeah. You need it. You have to have it. And I don't see them having it. And you can't, and dude, like this, you can't force chemistry, dude. And even like in Paulie doing a radio show, like you can't force the chemistry. It's either there, it's either there or it isn't, right?
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah.
I mean, remember when they tried to put Damon Bruce with Gary Radnich?
Dude. I heard some stuff going on behind the scenes on that one that was outlandish. Yeah. But you're right. You can't throw two people in a room and expect it's just automatically going to work. Here's what I would say about Durant going down to Houston, because people are already talking like they're going to be the toast of the Western Conference, and they might be. That's a really good team they got down there. But I just want to remind people, when KD packed his bags and headed to Brooklyn to play for that alleged big three of him, Harden, and Kyrie, they didn't win jack squat. Right. And everybody was like, oh, they're going to be the monster in the Eastern Conference. Guess what? No titles, 0 rings. So don't assume. That's all I'm saying is just proceed with caution with Houston. Yeah, they're going to be really good, but I would not automatically assume they're going to win a title. Escobar. Yeah,
also, Paulie, at some point, KD's going to bitch and moan about something. He's going to complain about something. And then when you have that lack of chemistry, man, it comes out in the weirdest times during a season, and then things start crumbling. And yes, I see Escobar. Thank you for the super, Escobar.
Dude, even so, Escobar, even so, and what I'm hearing is the subtext of this deal with Devin Booker is, you're right, by 28 and 29, people are predicting that will be like a going rate for a really good all-star player in the NBA. In other words, 70 million will not be that outlandish of a number in 3 more years. That'll be like the going rate for a player of his caliber. I don't know how much longer the NBA can sustain that, though. The money, and I just saw this roll by in the comment line a second ago, and you're right. Somebody said, who's going to be the first $100 million a year player? That's definitely coming. That's coming within the next 5 years, guaranteed. And on top of that, I'll leapfrog that question and say, who's going to be the first player in the NBA? And it'll have to be the NBA, maybe Major League Baseball too. Who's going to be the first player to sign $1 billion contract? Because that's coming too. That's Tony. We're not far off from that, man.
I know, man. If I could,
bill.
Where's the puke emoji? Somebody on the chat line, just give me like 10 puke emojis, please, because it makes me sick to my stomach. The type of money we're talking about, man. When you've got like people putting their lives on the line in the medical industry, and the teachers that work freaking 12-13-hour days. I mean, it's just the amount of money we're talking has just gotten so far out of whack that I really I struggle at times to be thoroughly enthused or involved, because I know what these guys are getting or what they're making. You know, and if I was a former player, like if I was Joe Montana, looking at these salaries, just being like, "What are you bleeping me?" It's just
I'm depressed on behalf of Joe Montana. I'm like depressed on his behalf because, dude, he's 10 times the quarterback most of these guys are. Now, John Joseph brings up a good point here, and he points out that NBA viewership has been way down.
Yeah,
and that's a very interesting comment. And you're right, it is. Like, you're right. I think as this kind of crop of older stars starts to get fit, and they're not there yet, but it's coming. Next 5 years, Kyrie, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Steph Curry, all of it, like the old guard, if I should call them that. I'm not sure, but you guys know what I mean. Players from that generation, when they start bowing out, it's going to be left to guys like SGA, guys like Devin Booker, this whole new kind of wave of, Chet Holmgren, like the new faces of the league. Halliburton, all these guys. I don't know that they have that same kind of star power or just the same kind of likability or same kind of intrigue that LeBron James had at his peak, or Steph Curry, I think, still has at his peak, where people like Steph Curry is playing basketball, people are inclined to want to watch. I don't know that those other guys move the needle that way. Do you feel, I mean, I don't know, like if SGA is playing, do you feel like, holy shit, SGA's on tonight, I got to see him play? Like, I'm not there yet, personally.
It's getting there for me. Like he's a supreme talent, man. And like, I feel that way about Giannis. Like I'll stop and watch Giannis if I know he's on, if he's going to be on like a national telecast on Sundays. The funny thing is, by the way, I got some nice barf emojis. Thank you, Noemi. Thank you, Ray. And then John Joseph said, insert a pic of barf from Spaceballs, dude. I just got to give Spaceballs some love. And I got to do a quick diversion, Paulie. There's a Spaceballs 2 coming out, I believe, next year, because Mel Brooks did a full-on trailer like a few weeks ago about a Spaceballs 2 coming out.
You better bring Rick Moranis along for the ride, and you got no Rick Moranis, no dice, as far as I'm concerned. What was his name? Darth Helmet in the first one?
Dark Helmet. Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
I love me some Bartholomew and Lone Star. Oh God, it's the best. So and just shout out Mel Brooks and his career. The fact that he still is making movies at, what is he, like mid-80s?
That guy's one of the funniest bastards of all time. He's out of his mind, Mel Brooks. By the way, Stevie B, Comb the Desert. I'm with you, bro. 100%. Comb the Desert. That ain't the only iconic film that's going to have a sequel coming out. Spinal Tap 2 is coming out too, like 40 years after the they're the same cast. Like,
how do you feel about that? Are you excited about it? Are you nervous about it? I'm kind of nervous.
I'm looking forward to it because it's the same group of guys, and Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, those guys, Harry Shearer, those guys are monster comedy minds. So I'm assuming they're going to contribute something good. By the way, only because I'm seeing this come up on the text line, like Young Frankenstein, Low Steve. No question. 7's always been my lucky number. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you remember Terry Garb. You're Terry Garb. All right, Tony. Somebody put this on the line. Low Steve posted this yesterday on Twitter. I didn't actually respond. I didn't have a chance to, but I'm seeing it right now. People are talking about this. With the money being spent in pro sports, and let's be honest, with the money in the concert industry now, like you want to go see a show, bro, you better be saving your money. They're not giving tickets away anymore. It ain't like Scarlet Fire's Grateful Dead at Rochester for $13. It ain't like that anymore. Now it's several $100s for a good show.
Right.
He posed a question yesterday, our great sponsor, Losty, who we're going to talk about in a minute. He said yesterday, if you had to abandon one of these two.
This guy's going right. I love it. Go.
What love what?
Well, no, because you're on the same page as me. This was if we were going to do a Tony's top 3 today, this is going to be part of the Tony's top 3.
Dare we launch into top 3 right now? Maybe we just get into it right now.
Sure. Fine.
Tony's top 3. Yeah. Tony's top 3.
And then, whoops, sorry.
Tony's top 3. Hey, T, hold on. Do we still by the way, did the air horn come over? You getting that?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question, Tony. Don't we have a new track from HVAC to play?
Yes.
Suggesting.
We do. We do.
Get that queued up real quick because it's a beast.
Sure. This is from NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. When I put on here, I have it right here. The William Floyd glove from NorCal Refrigeration,
which you forgot to wear last night, dude.
I know. I actually forgot. So I apologize. I'll wear it today. in retribution. And then somebody said Tony One Glove would be a great gangster mafia name. Tony One Glove.
Yep.
So then NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC said, also known as David Shanklin, also known as Shank, decided I'm going to go into the studio. I'm going to go woodshed it. And here's what you got.
Already, I'm deep in the groove, dude.
Dude, I couldn't be a bigger fan of this dude.
Here, I'm kind of enthralled here.
Ooh, nice.
He's got the top 3. He wears a beach robe from the streets of San Carlos.
Yeah.
Raised in the fog, trained in the flame. Yet you know,
dude,
this gangster's name. There's only one gangster we all love, Tony One Glove.
Oh,
I'm telling you, man.
Come on, dude.
Thank you, HVAC. You're a freaking gangster, man. I like when he goes from the streets, dude. From the streets, okay? From the freaking streets. HVAC, I can't thank you enough for your contributions. Keep them coming, man.
Seriously.
Keep them coming. I love that you're picking up the torch. I did song parodies for freaking years, literally over a decade worth of song parodies over at KBR, and I love that you're into it too. Hey, Noemi's a super real quick. Let's address her, and then we'll get into the top 3 segment, Tony. But what can you put Noemi up there for me?
Yes, I am. The thing is with my one glove, it's hard for me to do a mouse. That's all.
You're gonna have to adapt and overcome, like Clint Eastwood said in Heartbreak Ridge. You improvise, you adapt, you overcome. All right, Noemi, I can see Tony One Glove rolling up on his Lime scooter in slow motion as it totally right, like a Tarantino at the beginning of Reservoir Dogs, where they're walking in slow motion. Tony's on the scooter in slow motion. Noemi, thank you, dear. Okay. Tony, your top 3. Lay it on me, kid. Lay it on me. I don't know what you got today, but let's go.
Oh, I just love where this show takes us, man. I did not think we'd be talking about that today, Polly. But thank you, Noemi, for the super. Love you and really appreciate the support.
He's from the streets.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, dude. I mean, by the way, this is left-handed mouse thing. This is a new skill because I do my Are you a right-handed mouser or a left-handed mouser, Polly?
I'm a right-hander, Tony. Sure.
Yeah. Me too, but I'm left-handed in life.
Well, I'm a right-handed mouser, but I kick lefty. So go figure that out, dude. More confusion. Yeah, more oddities about Paulie Mack. But anyway, top 3. I'm eager. I'm curious. I'm anticipating greatness here. Let's do it.
I think Rags socks righty. I think so.
So, Christ's sakes. Yeah, no, I bet he does. Rags can sock. He'll sock with either hand. It depends, depends on his mood, I think. Yeah.
Here we go. Hey, so we'll get to what you were going to say, which was what Los posted. And we're going to get to Los here in a second, too. One of our, true supporters and sponsors, Los the Inflex Funding. But Paulie, number 1 in the top 3.
Yeah.
I wanted to go through the matchups real quick of this huge series against the Dodgers.
All right.
Because I feel like this is a good chance for the Giants to, like you said on Monday, I got to give you all the props in the world because I was saying, man, this is a daunting week. We got 3 with Philly, 3 with the Dodgers. And you said, you know what? F that. Let's relish this. Let's take it as a challenge. Let's take it as let's step up to the plate and show them who we are. And taking 2 of 3 from Philly, again, I don't mind the blowout yesterday. I really don't. It's just a throwaway game. The team had a very emotional. I promise you that clubhouse was raging after that walk-off by Patrick Bailey. So tomorrow night, it's Dustin May against Logan Webb on the bump on tomorrow night. And then Saturday is Shohei Ohtani against Landon Root. There it is. And then Sunday, Robbie Ray versus Yamamoto.
Great matchups, dude. Great match. This is going to be an amazing weekend of baseball, man. I love every single match. And by the way, don't sleep on Landon Root. There it is. He's ripping his balls off right now, dude. He's looking real good. I'm sorry, but go ahead. Finish your thought.
God, you know what? I should put that soundbite on the soundboard for Roop. Just a quick whoop. There it is.
Roop. There it is. I'm down. I'm down.
But so of those 3 matchups, like, is there anyone that sticks out to you as like, oh yeah, they got this one? Or are all three of them nail biters to you, or do you see 2 out of 3 that are in the Giants' favor? What's your vibe on those matchups?
I think it's I think it's hard to predict. I really do. In a series like this, I think anything's possible. I don't want to go out and say I think Logan Webb's going to win his start and Robbie Ray's going to win his start and Roop is not going to win. Like, I don't want to get into the prediction game, but I will say this, Tony, kind of going back to your original statement, setting this up, that I look at this series, especially with today being an off day, the guys are going to come in nice and refreshed, coming off a nice series win over Philly. I think this is an opportunity for the Giants. Like, this is nothing. Like, stare this beast down, dude. Go toe-to-toe with these guys. You got them on your own field. You're playing great baseball. Let's just take it to them. So I'm more interested, Tony, rather than predicting which games they'll win, I'd say for me the goal is win the series. Win 2 or 3. They're probably not. I mean, you probably can't sweep the Dodgers. They're probably just too good. Although coming in on a 6-game losing streak, like, they are vulnerable. But I think that's my goal, Tony. Just give me 2 of the 3. If you have feelings about the individual matchups, by all means, share them. Like, you got that mind. You got the pitcher's eye. So you tell me what you're seeing. But just give me 2 or 3, and I'm very happy.
Totally agree, Paulie. 2 or 3 going into the All-Star break would be fantastic, and 4 of 6 of these 2 series with Philly and LA. Paulie, I actually like all 3 matchups in the Giants' favor. I'm not saying they're going to sweep.
You're talking about bringing a broom to the yard tomorrow?
No, because of the offensive prowess of the Dodgers lineup, and you got Freddie Freeman, who's just a freaking stud. I got to be honest, Paulie, I love watching that guy hit, especially as he's lefty.
I don't like his face, Tony. I don't like Freddie Freeman. I don't. I'm going to get petty up in this piece. He's like one of those Dodger faces I just don't like. You feel me?
Kinda.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that I like when Max Medina. Shout out our buddy Max Medina, who I saw up in Tahoe last weekend. Huge Dodger fan, huge Laker fan, who, by the way, is just so unhappy that they have to pay LeBron James $53 million next year. That's a little side note, but how
pissed off you think LeBron is now that Devin Booker is going to be out earning him by almost $20 million a year? King James probably ain't going to be too happy about that with his incredible ego. But anyway, Tony, sorry, go ahead. I interrupted.
No, you're fine. Anytime we can bash LeBron, I'm down with.
Yeah, it's always fun. Always fun for a drive-by on LeBron James, even in July. You know what I mean? It's still fun. But
any chance I get a chance to show that, I'll show that. Because when's the last time you saw Steph Curry do that?
Never. I've never seen Steph Curry do that. Peek for the refs for a call. Look at him, bro. Look at him. And again, I want to remind everybody, he's got the physique of Dre Greenlaw. The guy's freaking huge, and he flops on the floor like a fish way too often. And this is just one of the worst. I mean, dude, it's almost like, look at him. You can't set this up any better. The one eye. Yeah.
And I'm trying to find the LeBron Barbie that Dom Peralta actually
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Created the peekaboo of the LeBron peekaboo. Yeah. So anyway, Paulie, I like all 3 because Ohtani hasn't pitched at all. So I like, and maybe it's just going to be a bullpen game, but they're going to start Ohtani in that game. And then I like Robbie Ray over Yamamoto. And I like Webb over Dustin May. So I went in a weird order there because in the order is Webb's Friday, Roop Saturday, and Ray on Sunday. But
you're good. Yeah.
I do like all those matchups. I mean, they're tight matchups for sure, but I do like those matchups. And because we're at Oracle Park and it's a pitcher's ballpark, right? So maybe some of those balls that might go out of Dodger Stadium stay in Oracle Park, and it's a different ball game in that respect as well. So, but hey, the Giants better get creative, man. They got to get creative. If you get a runner on, you got to get him over and get him in. Runs are going to be at a premium this series, dude. There's not going to be these high score. In my opinion, there won't be any high scoring games. That's what we got to be prepared for.
Yeah, it's hard to predict, man. I'm just eager because this is going to be like a mini playoff series in the middle of July. It's going to be freaking awesome. And by the way, again, I want to go on record as being the one guy apparently in the United States of America, the land of the free, home of the brave, Tony. I want to say, I want to be known as the one guy who hates Ohtani's guts. Yeah. I'm not afraid to take that stance. I'm not. I don't care if that makes me, Paulie Mack doesn't like Shohei Ohtani. F Shohei Ohtani. How's that sound? F this guy, dude. F this guy for selling out his friend and sending him to jail for, I think, with Tony, 54 months. Now, if you killed a guy or you did something, or you maybe not killed a guy, maybe that's a little extreme. But if you got in trouble with like your gambling debts with Creative Tony, that's on the table, by the way, or Rags, if Rags, I don't know, one too many sock escapades, you guys got in trouble with the law. I'll tell you this. I would take a bid for you guys. I love Tony. I love Rags. Like, I would stand up for my friends. I would try to help them. If I had to go to jail for like 10 months to save you like a lifetime of misery and aggravation or whatever, and on top of that, I'm sure Shohei Ohtani's like, bro, when you get out, I'm going to reward you handsomely financially. So just do your time, and then I got you. And then, so if that kind of like incentive was there for me, I'd take a hit, but not for 54 months, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Tarantino's no talking about 54 effing months is a little too severe. So I'm saying blank Ohtani. I don't care that he's like Mr. Baseball now. I'm looking to stick it right up his A. How do you like that, Tony?
Dude, I will say, Paulie, he's squeaky clean, man. Like
too clean. Clean. Nobody's that clean, kid.
Yeah.
Nobody's that clean. Especially down there in Los Angeles, the home of the depraved. Like, you know what's going on in Los Angeles. After hours orgies up in the Hollywood Hills. I'm saying it. I'm not afraid to say it. I'm going to expose the truth on this clown. I'm just taking the riff as far as I can take it. But anyway, for real, I do mean it sincerely.
Orgies in the Hollywood Hills, dude.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Jack Nicholson's walking around in a robe. There's Shohei Ohtani. That's how I envision it. Anyway, he's too clean, dude. He's so clean, it's suspicious. It just so happens that his best friend is going to jail. That's unusual. Shohei Ohtani comes out as squeaky clean. No effing way, dude. No effing way. Anyway, I'm going to be the guy. I'm the guy.
I don't disagree with you, Paulie. And your mom is cool on the chat. Said set the tone by plunking Ohtani first pitch of the game. Just plunk him. Who
said that? I love it.
Your mom is cool. Said that. Also known as Mark Wiseman. He said plunk Ohtani first at bat to set the tone. Dude.
I love it. I love it. Right in the ribs. Here comes Escobar the third. He's got something too real quick on Shohei. Throw it up there, man.
Yeah, hold on. What does he say? He says, hold on. Come on. Shohei has that kind of face. Let me see him alone.
Escobar, me and you, bro. Me and you. I'll drive you over there for the, you know what I mean, for the battle. I'll take Escobar. In that mano-a-mano, I'm putting my money on Escobar. I don't think Shohei's ready for the kind of heat that Escobar the third is bringing. Creative Tony, only because I'm looking at the clock. I don't want to interrupt your top three, but I do want to give Carlos De La Fuente his proper love.
How about this, Paulie? We covered number one. Maybe let's not do a number two. Let's just do a number three. But we can have a first time ever. How about number two in Tony's top three? Be our spot and moment with Los D and Flex Funding and Carlos De La Fuente. Your thoughts?
Sure. Yeah, I love it. Let's try some new stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
I love it.
So you're telling me the Carlos spot is your number two thing on the top three?
Yes.
Okay. Yep. All right, number two, Carlos De La Fuente. Hey, listen, we love Los D. I teased it yesterday, and again, I'm hoping that by next week we have a final date for you guys. But Carlos, myself, Tony, and Don Peralta. If you want to call us the brain trust, I don't know if that might be a little exaggerated, but the guys behind the scenes here putting the show together, we are trying to get the next PMP family outing for late August, Oracle Park, Giants, Cubs. That's the series we've kind of honed in on. So we're going to select the game. We're going to tell you how to get tickets next week, and we're going to try to make sure we can get like a group setting, a group seating situation, so we can all be together at the game. Anyway, that's the guy we're talking about right now, Los D, Carlos De La Fuente from Flex Funding. Carlos is a broker, okay? And the advantage Carlos has as a broker as opposed to a lender is that Carlos is a one-stop shop. He offers a variety of loan programs, really depending on the situation that you're in. So no need to go through a variety of people with Carlos. Again, one-stop shop. He can handle all those needs. So tell him about the situation you're in. Tell him what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. Carlos will evaluate the situation. He'll put his mind into the process. And I'm telling you right now, if you're thinking about a reverse mortgage, if you're thinking about a HELOC loan, he will examine your circumstances and tell you if that is right for you. He specializes in HELOC loans, actually, home equity line of credit. Very, very easy guy to talk to, by the way. Monster Giant fan, monster Niner fan. You see him he's on the show right now. What's up, Low
Yep.
Steve? And I'm telling you, pick up the phone, have a conversation with him, talk about your current status, and then where you'd like to go and where you'd like to wind up and what you'd like to achieve. And he can help you realize those goals. 925-250-4894. Also, you can email him anytime. Carlos at myflexnow.com is another great way to reach out to Carlos. And again, I'm speaking on his behalf because he's a great guy. He's great at what he does. He's a San Francisco native. He's been in business over 25 years. And that's what I want. Somebody, like, if you're handling my money, like, I want you to be experienced. I'm not looking to, like, give my stuff to a kid who's just out of school. You know what I mean? I want a guy with some miles on his belt. And Carlos has that. And of course, he's incredibly trustworthy. He's a good guy. And he's not going to walk you down the lane into a situation that's going to wind up being harmful to you. He will actually help you avoid that. If you have an idea, you present it to Carlos, like, hey, Carlos, I want to try a HELOC loan. He might look at your situation and go, like, you know what? That probably isn't the best idea for you. That right there is the value of Low Steve, Tony. He's not going to let you do something harmful to yourself in the long run. That's beyond price to me.
No question, Paulie. And sometimes, like, remember how we showed the picture of Neil Donardi last night at the Giants game, and that great infectious smile of Neil and his son Nico at the ball yard? Well, you know what? I want to have Los present for himself today. So I'm going to share the screen here real quick, Paulie, and show Los. This is Los speaking from the heart right now to all of us, and I just want to play this as part of the spot right here. Stand by. Let me look at the doesn't that just exude joy? Stand by. Here we go.
Good morning, PMP Army, in my Robin Williams voice. Rest in peace, Robin. As the purple one hovers over my shoulder, wanted to come on here and give you guys a little clarity about down payment assistance for first time and even second or third time home buyers. I have a lender that will give you a grant based upon your qualifications, and it's up to 3% of the sales price of the home. The 3% grant does not need to be paid back. It's forgiven once you make 6 months mortgage payments after you buy the home. I repeat, it is a forgivable grant. So take that free money, enjoy. And if you're on the fence, or if you know somebody that's on the fence, let them know Low Steve can help them out in that regard. Take care. Love y'all. Talk soon.
Come on,
Tony,
dude.
how do you feel about me making a confession on the air right now? I think I'm starting to develop a little man crush on Carlos. I'm just throwing that out there for your consideration. Like, he looks so cool right there.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know if this is coincidence or not, but probably he's so cool. He probably did this on purpose. Like, his outfit kind of matched the Prince image behind him, like the same color scheme and stuff. Carlos is a cool dude, man.
Carlos, when he sent that to me, I'm like, Carlos, this is butter, man. This is so smooth, my brother. And so I was excited to get that from him. So Los, thank you for sending that our way. And Paulie, just because we're giving David Shanklin some love, Shank, aka NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC.
Give us the los. 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 What loan would you like?
Hold on. Right here.
Give us the los.
I love it.
Good work, that wah-wah pedal, man. Hey, I don't know what's going on right now on the comment line. And thank you, Carlos. We freaking love you, man. And we'll try to nail down those specifics for the Cubs outing next week. Tony, I don't know what happened or why this is happening, but I support this and I encourage this. There is a side like thread that's just erupted on the comments line all about Carlito's Way. I looked over and I see like Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Then I see Kleinfeld, bro. Sean Penn as Kleinfeld. You guys are killing me today. I haven't seen Carlito's Way in a while, but I remember Sean Penn with the curls and like he's half bald, but he's got the curls. Dude, Kleinfeld. Okay. Tony,
wow. That makes me want to go see it again. Because Penn in that movie is
Benny Blanco from the Bronx. Don't sleep on Benny Blanco, T.
No, God, no, dude. It makes me want to go see it again, dude. But Paulie, let's finish up number 3 of Tony's top 3. So we talked about the matchups for the Dodgers Giants series. This weekend, massive series. Now, number 3 is always a wild card. Let me get the Ducks back in the mix too, because we had give us the Los.
Oh, good.
There we go. And we had Tony One Glove. There we go. Get the Ducks back in. You're right. It is very soothing. But Los, actually, this goes back to Los D. There was a thread that he tagged Paulie and I on X yesterday on Twitter, and it was about, I think, if you were offered $5 million or something to cut one of these two out of your life forever, what would it be? Would it be sports or would it be music? And I know my answer, but Paulie, I'm posing that question to you right now. If you had to cut out one of the two in your life, would it be sports or would it be music?
This is too much of like a Sophie's Choice thing. It's like I got to kill one of my own kids now or something just to it move that. No, that's Sophie's Choice. You're one of your kids has to go make a choice. I don't know that I'm equipped to play this game. I'm telling you, said you already made your mind up, dude. Help a brother out, because I am not emotionally or spiritually prepared to answer this question, because I got to have my Niner ball. I got to have my Giants ball. I'm going to need Steph Curry. On the other hand, you trying to tell me I got to go through life without my Sabbath records, without listening to the Grateful Dead? I'm going to have problems either way. Tony, help a brother out and explain your mindset and where you're going and why.
By the way, the chat is on fire. You guys have been great today. And Steve Groschel says, hey, the Giants won 3 titles. I'm good. Sticking with music. So it's great. I mean, here's the thing, too. And the Niners already have 5. And Paulie, dare I say, they may not get another in anytime soon. So I definitely would choose music 100 times out of 100 over sports. Because think about how Feed the Ducks makes you feel, right? But then think about how, Give Us the Los makes you feel. Then think about how, like, the Ramones make you feel. Then think about how, like, Sabbath makes you feel, or Metallica, or reggae, or, like, all the different feels. And I know sports gives you feels, too. But I used to say, when you go to a concert, you're never going to leave a concert bummed out like when you leave a game after a tough loss. Do you know what I'm saying? And so
I do, unless you see a really crappy show.
Right.
That should be another side topics one day. Is worst show you've ever seen.
I can tell you right now, the freaking Killers at the Warfield, like 45 minutes, and that freaking guy, Brandon Flowers, acted like he was David Lee Roth, and they just sang for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Dude, I was so pissed off at that show. I was like, you got to be kidding me, dude. That's it? That's all we're getting? That's it?
Yeah.
Less than an hour. Less than a freaking hour. Brandon Flowers, double. Never been a fan, never will be. Sorry. And then
plus I reject his name. What kind of rock star is named Brandon Flowers? Cut the crap. Cut the yes. Anyway, Tony, go ahead.
Anyways, you touched a nerve there, Paulie, because I was just like, this is not.
It's a good topic, dude. Not best show you've ever seen, worst show you've ever. And I know we all have them. Because I have walked out of shows pissed off before. Like, what the hell kind of shit was that? You know what I mean? Like, because my standards are high, dude. I'm almost unreasonable when I go into a show. Like, I'm expecting great things, and if I don't get them, there's going to be hell to pay. See, back when we were growing up, dude, especially at club shows, if a band was on stage and they weren't delivering the goods, it was not uncommon. You would see beer cans flying towards the stage. Chairs would get thrown at the stage. That stuff does not happen anymore. But it was like kill or be killed back then. But anyway, I feel like I've taken this off.
I have a little side question, because Steve Groschel in the chat made me think of this. He said, think about how Shohei and Mahomes make you feel. There's no hatred in music, but I have to pause and say, is there any musician or lead singer that makes you feel the way Mahomes makes you feel?
Oh, it's a great question. I'm gonna have to think on that. I'm sure there is. I'm gonna have to think on that just a little bit.
Right. I would say Axl Rose has challenged me a couple times where I'm like, dude, enough. How many times are you gonna change outfits in the show? How many times are you gonna like show up late? Like he challenged me back in the day. I love Guns N' Roses. Don't get me wrong. Steve Groschel, you're on fire today, Grosch.
What?
He said, done deal.
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah.
Oh, another one. Noemi says Kid Rock. Okay, those are 2 great selections, because Kid Rock, I can't stand Kid Rock. I mean, I just can't. So yeah.
Wait, Tony, you trying to tell me you have a problem with the American Badass? Is that what you're telling me? That's what he calls himself, American Badass. Hey, it's like, hey, who's your friend, Tony? Oh, this is my friend. He wants to be called American Badass. Yeah. I'm not exaggerating. That's a true story right there. Actually,
oh my God.
You know who I got a problem with right now? And this kid's not an athlete at all. And I'm forgetting this kid's name. I think it's Jaden or something like that. And I saw him this morning. Almost wanted to throw my phone into the fireplace. Will Smith's son.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Is that kid's name Jaden Smith? Is that his name?
Yes.
Bro.
Yes.
There's footage of him. I saw it this morning. I didn't ask for it, but it was on my Twitter feed. I'm minding my own business. I'm prepping for the show, scrolling around. All of a sudden, here comes Jaden Smith, who I think fancies himself as a musician, if I'm not mistaken. Doesn't he have a couple of records out, which is unbelievable? But anyway, this kid's walking through LA traffic. Tony, you get ready for this. Pushing his pants down so they hang below the butt cheeks, like he's trying to do like a whole gangster thing. Meanwhile, you talk about boys of privilege. This guy's grown up in a fantasy land. You'll never have to lift a finger. But dude, he's trying to get his gangster on, and he looked like such a tool, like pushing his pants down and then checking them and making sure they were hanging right. And then he was adjusting them. Did you see the footage? You know what I'm talking about?
I have not seen the footage, but that is a style or a fad that I have never understood, Paulie. And I love when you've seen, like, I've seen it myself where the pants are riding so low that if they have to run or jog, they have to hold them up.
You got to hold them up. Well, now,
I've never understood that, dude. Never.
Okay, I believe the origin of that. I think the origin of that, and I'm only hearing this secondhand. Don't get any funny ideas, but I've heard that the reason where that whole thing came from is dudes in prison used to wear baggy pants to conceal weapons.
Okay, but let their ass hang out, though? Like below the ass?
I'm just telling you what I've heard. I'm just telling you what I've heard. Like that.
I don't understand below the ass cheeks hanging down. I don't need to see your ass. I don't need to see your boxers. I just pull your pants up. If you want to have baggy pants, have baggy pants all day. Wear them as baggy as you want. Dude, yeah. Shout out the kid Santi in the new show Stick. He's all about the baggy pants. And I even said, I'm like, I love that baggy pants are coming back. You remember those big ass jeans when we were younger? They were like super wide. Oh man, there were jeans that they were
about bell bottoms?
No, not bell bottoms. These were like in the 90s. These were super baggy jeans, and there was a name for them. If anybody in the chat remembers, and they were really, really baggy and wide. Oh man, dude,
Mark Graves with a great one-liner: "Showing your ass in prison, not a good idea." Hey, I'm just telling you what I've heard on the streets, man. But again, like I'm with you, Tony. If you got to hold your pants up to cross the street, cut the S. All right. So my point of that whole Jaden Smith detour was that there are musicians who can upset me, or so-called musicians who can upset me as much as Patrick Mahomes. Although that's a tough task, because the disdain I have for Mahomes is almost unparalleled. Escobar the third, here we go. Get him up here, Tony. Is a super. He's got the prison reason was actually the ones that were. Oh my God.
Oh wow!
I like getting quotes too. Open for business, and if I'm not mistaken, didn't Escobar the third drop a comment on the line a month or so ago when he was like, "Hey boys, I've worn the orange suit." I think you said that one. So I think Escobar knows. By the way, your glove looks gangster over there.
Oh, let's go, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Escobar, dude, I proceed with caution on this. I'm going to keep my pants up nice and high. I'm not open for anybody's business. So trust me, my jeans will be pulled up nice and high. Tony, go ahead.
Escobar, thank you for the super, dude. That I didn't know that, but it does make sense. It does make sense. And I also want to thank the chat. I want to thank Marcel, and I want to thank John Joseph. The jeans were JNCO in all caps. Those were the jeans, and I love that they know that. JNCO. I don't know if they're called Jincos or just JNCOs, but those were the jeans. And Paulie, the Jaden Smith thing, it ticks me off. And I wanted to read a quote from Los. He had a great line, if I can find it. He says, when it comes to, he goes, this is from Los D, Carlos De La Fuente, Flex Funding. I've never left a concert or heard a song feeling like I did after the Giants 2002 meltdown, after the Warriors Game 7 versus the Cavaliers, or after the Niners 3 Super Bowl losses. That pain is deep.
No, you're right, Los. No, dude, you're right. I think the biggest, and I still carry some wounds, man. I still like the 1990 NFC Championship when Roger Craig fumbled the ball. Niners were about to three-peat. They're about to become the first and only team in NFL history to three-peat. Dave Montana got knocked out by Leonard Marshall, and then Roger Craig fumbles. Giants kick a field goal, win the game. They go on to beat the Buffalo Bills. Like that, the pain of that loss still it's still with me. Like it really is. Because I know the Niners would have dismantled the Buffalo Bills. They would have pulled them apart limb from limb, but it didn't. They never got to go play that game. Also, the other NFC Championship loss under the Harbaugh era at Candlestick Park in the rain when they lost to the New York Giants again. Who was the guy that fumbled the ball in overtime? I'm forgetting his name, which is a good thing. What's that?
Was it Bradshaw against? You're talking about the New York Giants?
Yeah. I'm talking about the Giants. When was it? Help me out. Who fumbled the ball? You guys on the punt in the
fumbled
rain?
The ball for the Giants. Fumbled the ball for the Giants
for the Niners.
For the Niners.
Kyle Williams.
Oh, that was the punt. That was the punt. That was the punt return. Yeah, that was the muff punt return. Because Bradshaw also fumbled earlier in that game, and they didn't give the Niners the ball. If you remember that. That was the NFC Championship, buddy. That was at that game. Don't get me started.
And you guys are right. Low Steve, Kyle Williams, that's the guy I was thinking of. Like, that game still hurts, too, because I think that Niner team, that was an incredible team, man. Yeah. They were loaded. Yeah. They still had Delaney Walker. They had the double tight end set there with Frank Gore. You know what I mean? Alex Smith was still quarterback in the team, and that defense with Bowman and Willis and Justin Smith. I mean, they were great. It was a great team. And they couldn't advance. So yeah, the pain I've experienced from 49er postseason losses, and then these 2 Super Bowl losses to the Chiefs, dude. Yep. You guys want to know why I'm so pissed off and I hate Mahomes so much. The fact that we've lost 2 Super Bowls to them, I'll never get rid of that unless the Niners can undo that by beating the Chiefs. Still haven't seen it happen. Kyle Shanahan, what is he, 0-5 against the Chiefs now? Something like that?
Yes. He is. Yeah. The Chiefs are 5.
That S has to stop. That kind of madness has to stop. Anyway, Tony, I'm sorry.
Hold on, Low Steve. I was just talking about this a minute ago. Ahmad Bradshaw fumbled, and they called forward progress, dude. That call, that was before and that Williams fumble on the punt was obviously a huge play as well. But the Bradshaw forward progress was a load of S that those calls. Oh God.
Mark Graves is right too. Kyle Williams, all he had to do is get the F out of the way. No need to field that one, man. No need to feel it. Let it bounce. Let them down it. Let's just keep playing football. But no. And no, I'm kidding. I know. There's something about the Niners, man. I just start revving extremely hot. I want to go back to your original top 3 question. Based on all this aggravation, how my blood pressure has skyrocketed in the last 5 minutes, I'm going to say I'm going to take the music. I'm going to take the music. Give me my Aerosmith records. You know what I mean? Give me all my Cheap Trick stuff. Give me all the music I grew up on and this stuff. And by the way, I'm in a new routine now, Tony. Every single morning, I've been playing jazz records.
Ooh, nice.
While I'm having my coffee. I've been doing a lot of Coltrane, been doing a lot of Miles Davis. You really can't go wrong with either one of those guys. But there's something about jazz in the morning that has become like a ritual for me. And like, I really got to have that now. Like, I'm making my coffee, I got Miles going. You know what I mean? I'm eating my breakfast, I got Coltrane going. It's just a nice way to ease into the day. So because of all those factors, and I'm just a monster music fan, and I have been since I was a little kid. Tony, to answer your question, I think I'm going to ride with the music, and I'm going to let go of the Mahomes aggravation. Yeah.
And Paulie, I'm in a morning music groove as well, but I've been listening to a ton of Jason Isbell in the morning because he's just, I don't know if you listen to any of his stuff, but great singer-songwriter, and his music is not, high octane. It's incredible lyrics, and he's been through a lot, man. And so anyways, I've been listening to a lot of Isbell in the morning, but is there a better way to start your day than a cup of Java and music?
Not really. No, it's pretty good. But I gotta amend one thing you said about Jason Isbell. You go, hey, Paulie, he's been through a lot. My response to that is, who hasn't?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who has it? That doesn't make him unique. I've been through, I can sink your ship with the amount of S I've been through, but I'm not going to take that to the show. But I'm not saying that doesn't make him that unique. Okay. We've all been through a lot. That includes you too, tough guy.
Oh, dude, 100%. But that's why I can relate to what he's writing about and singing about. Cause I'm like, oh yeah, I've been there. Oh yeah, I've been there. Oh yeah, totally get that. Yep. I hear what
Hey,
you're saying there.
Thinking badges, you feel me on the Jazz in the Morning. You know what I did today? I did I did Coltrane Giant Steps, dude. Giant Steps. Try that one out. Yeah, that'll work real well in the morning. Tony, are we still going on your top 3, or was that
it? That was number 3 of the top 3. Number 2 was Carlos De La Fuente of Flex Funding, and number 1 was the 3 matchups for the upcoming Dodgers Giants series. Tomorrow we can get into the actual rivalry and the history of the rivalry if you want to. We were talking about doing that tomorrow.
A couple things, too, as we look forward to tomorrow. One more time on the musical assignment, if you're just joining us and missed the beginning. Tomorrow, with our new partnership with Red Devil Records in San Rafael for the music assignment, Barry's getting behind that thing. I want to ask everybody to send in their songs. And, Tony, if you give them the email address, just send it to the show email box. Just songs that either have the word red or devil. Pardon me. And that'll be the contribution for the week. Songs about red or devil.
Dude, absolutely. Polly'sPod@gmail.com. Polly'sPod@gmail.com. Send them on in, and we'll get them on the show tomorrow. And thank you, Mark Graves, again for the idea. I think this was on Monday or even last week. We can't remember, but thank you for the idea. And also, Paulie, on the way out, I do want to show you one bookmark. We won't even play the open. We don't have to play the music.
It's all good.
I do want to show you one bookmark because it's gold.
Yeah.
And here, let me share the screen real quick. Here you go. This is great stuff, man. So Tony Iommi and Bill Ward right there. Do you see that?
Of course.
And so that is Bill Ward during the Back to the Beginning shows. And Tony Iommi, I guess, said to Bill Ward, Jesus, Bill, put your shirt on. And I remember this. He doesn't like to play with the shirt on. Remember when we saw?
Of course, I couldn't take my eyes off him. When Tony, and I, first time I ever saw Black Sabbath, the proper Black Sabbath with the original 4 guys, was with Creative Tony, and it was a San Jose show. Pantera opened. I think it was 1999. Down in San Jose, phenomenal. I still can't get over that night. Just watching the original 4 guys from Sabbath go through that catalog was amazing. It was really something to behold. But to Tony's point, from the jump. Bro, from the jump, Ward was sitting there shirtless. And I'm just going to be honest and tell you what I saw. You guys are familiar with the term man boobs. You can kind of see him here, but Ward's like a super old guy now. He was probably still in his 50s. Dude, boobs were bouncing and flopping all over the place while he was playing. And there's something gangster about that to me because it's like, this guy truly doesn't give an S. No. There's no vanity here whatsoever because he doesn't look particularly good with no shirt on. But the fact that he's like, this is how I roll. I got to give him all the love in the world, love and respect. So, yes, you're right. He does like to play with no shirt on, even as a super old man.
Dude, and a couple of funny stories is that Tony Iommi in this article is quoted as saying, Jesus Christ, Bill Ward, you look like Gollum from The Hobbit, dude, which made me laugh out loud. And then I guess Tony Iommi in this interview goes on to tell the story that during rehearsals, one of the rehearsals, Geezer Butler was in the kitchen of where they were rehearsing, eating a sandwich. And Ward walked in and without a shirt on, and Geezer said, I forget the quote, but he was just like, put a shirt on. You're making me puke my sandwich up.
Poor Bill. You know what I mean? They used to light this guy on fire for fun. I read Geezer Butler's book. That was like a thing. They used to douse him in like lighter fluid and stuff and then light him ablaze multiple times. That lit Bill Ward on fire. But no, I still say let the boobs flop, Bill. I respect it. And he's he's kind of a jazz drummer, actually. The way he plays, very, very jazzy. All right, Creative Tony. I was also thinking what's that?
He's incredible. And here, let me just tell you what the Geezer Butler said. This is from the article. He says, Bill took his shirt off during Sabbath's performance. Tony said, oh my God, I'll tell you what, one funny story. We had a break on one of the rehearsals. Where'd it just go? Hold on a second. Shoot. Sorry. Shoot. The article just moved up on me. Oh no. Oh yeah. Shoot. I apologize. Oh yeah, there it is. We had a break on one of the rehearsals. We went in to eat at the studio, and Bill got his shirt off, and Geezer was just about to have a sandwich. Geezer says, "Oh, Bill, put your shirt on. You're putting me off the sandwich." So
fantastic.
Great.
These guys are, I mean, you got to remember the dynamic between these. The fact that all 4 of those guys are still standing at all is beyond miraculous. I mean, it really is beyond miraculous. But they are lifelong friends. These are guys that have known each other for 50 plus years. So those kinds of moments, I'm sure there's many of them where they've all shared the misfortune of having to deal with a shirtless Bill Ward in a variety of circumstances. All right, Tony, anyway, I wanted to throw one more thing out there before we wrap today, and that is now that we're getting lathered up for this Dodger series, and we have one more show of the week, obviously. It's a high noon show tomorrow. I was thinking maybe we could get into this tomorrow. Because I'm taking the stance as the guy who's going to hate Shohei Ohtani's guts, the golden boy of baseball. Oh, we all love Shohei. I'm saying blank Shohei, okay? Blank him. And what I'm saying is tomorrow, maybe we can get a list together of your all-time most hated Dodger. Give me like the one guy who you can't stand then and now. Could be a player from you can be Steve Garvey if you want to. I don't care. But again, let's play the game of hatred on a Friday high noon as we get ready for the Giant Dodger series. Tomorrow, submit your most all-time hated Dodger, and we'll get into that as well. Creative Tony, on the way out the door, I want to make sure we give proper love and respect to Dr. Matt Young, our newest spot. Well, he's not our newest. Actually, Don Peralta and Stellar Design and Peralta Arts are. But Young is pretty recent, too. So, Dr. Matt Young, thank you for supporting the show. Thank you for being a sponsor, and I want to encourage everybody who's looking for a new dental experience or just maybe switch health plans, whatever the case might be. If you need a new dentist, ring up Dr. Matt Young, 415-392-8611. Very reasonable rates, outstanding work, 25 years in the practice. And he's a San Francisco guy. Cares about the city, loves the city, got his son going to SI next year, like Tony said. The entire team is great. They're all very friendly and accommodating, incredibly professional. They're going to accept most major insurances. You shouldn't have any problems there. And again, they specialize, or Dr. Young specializes in implant surgery and implant restorations. One last note, Dr. Matt Young, the president of the American Academy of Implant Dentistry. You don't get a label like that if you don't know what you're doing. And again, I can vouch for everything I've said today or everything that he offers. He is he's the best. He really is. He's the best. He's a great guy too, on top of everything else. So thank you, Dr. Matt Young. Carlos de la Fuente, my man. Thank you for all the support, man. Thanks for thanks for always being around the show. Thank you for supporting what we're doing, because with guys like you and Dr. Matt Young, it helps us kind of move this show down the road, and we ain't going anywhere. Okay, PMP ain't going anywhere. This thing's only going to get bigger, and you guys are helping us grow. So thank you, Carlos, so much. And again, to handle all of your financial matters, financial questions, curiosities, talk to Carlos. It'll be a very easy conversation. I can promise you that. Don't be intimidated. He's a very chill guy. You saw the video. He's a totally chill guy. Get the Prince video up, man, or the Prince picture. 925-250-4894. Email him at carlos@myflexnow.com. He'll handle your private money loans. Whatever the situation is, he is a broker. He's your one-stop shop, and he offers several loan programs. You can inquire today. All right, Creative Tony, I'm going to give you the final word as we wrap on a Thursday and we get ready to break until tomorrow's high noon show. Final thoughts from Creative Tony. Go ahead, brother.
Final thoughts are just gratitude again for just a fantastic show. I got to be honest, Paulie, when there's like the Giants aren't playing today, there's no Niner talk really. The Warriors, there's nothing going on there, and the Sacramento A's, there's nothing really to talk about there. It's like, I wonder how today's going to be, and it was surpassed my expectations, and it was fantastic. And that wasn't only just because of you, but because of the PMP Army, man, and everybody contributing to the show. It just does not click without all of you. So thank you so much. And dude, I cannot wait to get to tomorrow night. Logan Webb first pitch on the mound. And maybe your mom is cool as correct. Maybe we just throw a Shohei first pitch of the game. Just throw right at him.
I love it. No, your mom is cool. Let's drill his ass. We'll see how cute he is then. Let's stick one right in his ribs. Come on, Logan Webb. Do it for the PMP Army. Hey, Rags, I want to give Rags some love too, because he shouted out a new nickname for Los D. He goes, Los D. D stands for deal closer. Hell yeah, Rags. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Don Peralta, your mom is cool. Rockin' New Era 84. Aaron Kask. Of course, you got Escobar the Third. You got Beat LA. You got Stevie B. On and on and on. You got you guys, man. I can't thank you enough for supporting the show. Miguel, Steve, all of y'all. Thank you. And again, tomorrow, most hated Dodgers of all time. The musical assignment, and we get you ready and raring to go for for 3 games of high-level baseball between the Giants and the Dodgers. T, I see you got one final thing. Go for it, bro.
I just want to give some love to the boys of the San Carlos Missions Blue. We have a big game tonight. 4:30 today, we play our crosstown rival, the Peninsula Rays. We play them at 4:30 in our local tournament. So I just want to get some good PMP energy and particles thrown my way and our way as we get on the diamond later today at 4:30. So go Missions Blue. Let's see if we can do some damage today.
Hells yeah. What do you think? I'm going to forget you, Gravy? I ain't going to forget you. Gravy, much love, dude. Much love. Matt Stenson, Steve, Chip Lang, too. Good to see you today, Chip Lang. Candlestick Kid.
Yeah.
Bro, Candlestick Kid, one of my favorite handles of all time. Dom Peralta, what's he? Oh, F. Otani. Yeah, plunk his ass. Thank you, Dom. That's one hot-blooded Italian to another right there. All right, you guys. Thanks for everything today. Creative Tony, bring in Diamond Dave to dismiss the class, if you could.
Class dismissed.
All right, man. All right, listen, my final word of advice. If you are built like Bill Ward, please keep your shirt on, but you're free to do as you please. I do respect the guys who aren't in shape and they go shirtless. I'm not that brave. I'm not that brave. Yeah.
Mad respect for Bill Ward just saying, F it all. I'm going to rock it. I'm comfortable and I don't care what people think. I love it.
That's kind of the mentality, too. F it all. It's got to be when you're letting them flop like that. All right, kids, thanks for everything. Have a great afternoon. Enjoy your off day from Giants baseball. Tomorrow we come back. We show our teeth, man. We're going to be ready to rock tomorrow. And enjoy. Send in your musical assignment contributions. We'll dive into it. We're looking forward to a great Friday show. Enjoy your evening, everybody. Cheers, y'all.
Peace, y'all. See you tomorrow at high noon.